Virginia, the members of the Loyal White Knights came to Charlottesville from North Carolina to protest the removal of a Robert E. Lee statue. Charlottesville Police Chief Gary Pleasant says the Klansmen needed police protection.
We had to get them here where we want them to be. There was no way they could just show up and start walking into the park in this crowd. That is the only way we could think about keeping people safe on both sides of this argument.
Donald Trump Jr., the son of President Trump, says he agreed to meet a Russian attorney with links to the Kremlin because he was hoping to obtain information that would be helpful to his father's campaign. That's according to the New York Times. John Wotzfall was a senior advisor to President Obama. He says this is a serious claim.
This is not evidence of a crime, but it is further information that undermines the confidence that the American people have in the president, which is in part what we believe the Russian government was seeking to achieve.
U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson embarks on his first shuttle diplomacy mission this week, hopping between Gulf Arab nations in a bid to resolve a crisis over Qatar that has embroiled the region. And cleanup continues near downtown Hendersonville following torrential downpours over the weekend in the mountains. You're listening to NCN News.
Washington lawmakers are promising big changes to the nation's healthcare system. Their decisions will impact the way you and everyone in your family get health insurance and medical care. As a healthcare safety net for communities across our state, North Carolina's hospitals and health systems want you to understand how changes will affect you. Visit HealthierTomorrowNC.com to find out more. That's HealthierTomorrowNC.com.
Looking for an exciting new career position? Curtis Media Group has just opened 6 different marketing and promotion positions. Curtis Media Group operates 50 radio stations across North Carolina as well as the North Carolina News Network. You can get the details on these positions on ncjobsnow.com, North Carolina's new statewide job service website. Whether you're looking for a job or an employer looking to find applicants, the name to remember is ncjobsnow.com. Go online today to ncjobsnow.com. CBS News correspondent Jim Kursula has a story of a Florida road rage incident with a surprising twist.
Police outside West Palm Beach, Florida, have charged an Episcopal priest from North Carolina with road rage. 35-year-old William Adams allegedly pointed a gun at another vehicle on the Florida Turnpike. The reaction from some other Turnpike drivers?
You would think that being of the cloth, he'd have a better control.
Well, I think it's kind of weird because I wouldn't expect the priest to be the one to be the angry one.
It's being called the summer of hell for rail commuters in New York City. Amtrak begins extensive repairs today to its track and signals in Penn Station. That means fewer trains for several 100,000 regional commuters, as well as for Amtrak passengers along the Northeast Corridor. This commuter expects a bumpy ride ahead.
I'm kind of like holding my breath in anticipation of it, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
Iraqi forces are pushing to retake the last patch of ground in Mosul, where Islamic State militants are holding on to a tiny sliver of the old city west of the Tigris River, a day after the Prime Minister visited soldiers to congratulate the troops on the hard-fought battle. Healthcare concerns spark a rally outside an event for Congressman Mark Meadows, who was at Hog Wild Restaurant in Pisgah Forest for a private fundraiser over the weekend. The Transylvania County chapter of the NAACP protested, saying that conservative Meadows has refused to have a town hall or answer direct questions from its constituents. NAACP leader Tommy Kilgore tells WSOC News they want to have a discussion with Congressman Meadows.
We have tried to ourselves set up a town hall conference and town hall meeting for all of his constituents in the 11th Congressional District to attend, but he refuses to do.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News,
I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump back in Washington following his second overseas trip as president. While at the G20 summit in Germany, he met with Russian President Vladimir Putin about Russian meddling in the election. Putin denied it. Back at home, the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., has acknowledged that he had a meeting with a Russian lawyer tied to the Kremlin last summer after she said she had information on Hillary Clinton. Here's ABC's Janae Norman.
President Trump's inner circle says they met with a Russian lawyer with ties to the Kremlin last summer after Trump clinched the Republican nomination. Don Jr., Jared Kushner, and then Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort were all in attendance. Don Jr. revealing in a statement, "I was asked to have a meeting with an acquaintance, and that person, quote, stated she had information that individuals connected to Russia were supporting Mrs. Clinton. But that statement appears to be the first public indication that some on the Trump team were willing to accept help from Russians." Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Congress also back in Washington following the 4th of July break. So where do we stand on health care?
Republicans are further away from a consensus than where they started. Over the July 4th recess, a 10th Republican, John Hoeven from North Dakota, announced he would vote no on the bill that was introduced last month. A rewrite is on the way and could be voted on next week. But there remains a divide between Tea Party conservatives and the moderate wing of the party. If that can't be bridged, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says piecemeal compromises with Democrats will be necessary.
That's ABC's Brad Milkey. Police in Coleraine, Ohio, were looking for the gunman who opened fire on a gender reveal party over the weekend. Witnesses say that the gunman, wearing masks, rushed into the house, started shooting, and fled on foot. This is a neighbor.
It was awful. We've never had anything like this happen on this drive.
1 woman killed, 8 wounded, including 3 small children. Wildfires burning across hot, dry parts of the western U.S. and Canada. In California, 2 major fires have forced nearly 8,000 people to evacuate.
I'm wondering what's going to be there when I try to go home.
You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? Do you feel like there's no way out? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the harassment. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Call now at 866-844-7344 for free information. For about 10 years, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Get off the endless cycle without having to declare bankruptcy. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
The president of Iraq says forces have retaken the city of Mosul from ISIS fighters. Mosul, Iraq's second largest city, has been under Islamic State control for 3 years now. Today, a British court decides the fate of an 11-month-old baby boy with a rare genetic disease. Baby Charlie Gard on life support. His parents want permission to fly him to the U.S. for an operation they think will help him. Doctors in London don't think it'll work, but hundreds of thousands are asking the courts to let the parents find out.
His parents vowing to keep their son Charlie alive and on life support.
If he's still fighting, we're still fighting.
Handing over a petition with more than 350,000 signatures to their son's London hospital, urging doctors to allow Charlie to receive experimental treatment in the United States.
ABC's Elizabeth Eccleston in London. Amazon Prime Day starts tonight. What exactly does that mean besides free advertising for Amazon? ABC's Daria Albinger has a rundown.
Amazon is gearing up for its next Prime Day at the first bargain starting tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Fat Wallet's Brent Shelton says you can get ready for those deals now.
You want to prepare your Prime account, so your billing, shipping, credit card, all that stuff that you want to use is ready to go.
Also, download Amazon's app and get on the watch and wait list.
This allows you to watch the deals that you want. You'll get a notification when they go live, so you don't have to sit in front of your computer screen all day long.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
When I get to about 3/4,
when I get down to the bottom, a couple more scoops, it's time to place my order. Dinovite.com.
Order a 90-day supply of Dinovite for your dog this week.
We'll send you a bottle of LicoChaps free.
New improved LicoChaps with omega-6, omega-3, vitamin E.
And now 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
Even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try LicoChaps.
Free this week at Dinovite.com.
If it's working, don't quit. DINOV.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular, flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
We'll start the week with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today and run a little bit hotter than yesterday. We do have a slight chance of a midday or afternoon thunder shower, mostly for the southern half or so of the state. Highs will reach about 86 to 91. And tonight, mostly clear and muggy with light winds and lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Looks like Tuesday will bring more sun than clouds overall. It will be hot and humid with a south to southwest breeze. Highs tomorrow up around 88 to 93. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike Moss. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday, the 10th day of July. 66 degrees on the outside and partly cloudy skies. We should be having mostly sun today. There's a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon, getting up to about 88 for our daytime high, dropping back to 68 tonight. Now, looking toward tomorrow's going to be beautiful, by the way. No rain in the forecast at all. Wednesday through Saturday, there's that ever-loving afternoon pop-up chance of isolated thunderstorms. 20% on Wednesday, 30 on Thursday, and 40 on Friday, and 40 on Saturday. So not a bad weekend, not a bad week for weather. Right now, again, 66 degrees here at WCAB in Rutherford. Now I have these death announcements. Madeline Scruggs Harden, age 87, died Saturday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Funeral services be held 3 o'clock Tuesday at Crow's Funeral Chapel with Reverend Ross O'Neill officiating. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Madeline Scruggs Harden. Hubert Leslie Adair, 81 of Union Mills, died Saturday at Hospice House. Services will be private. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Hubert Leslie Adair. Elizabeth Ann Fowler Eves, 75 of Rutherfordton, died Friday at Hospice House of Rutherford County. The funeral service will be at Piedmont Baptist Church at 11 o'clock today with Reverend Ed Hopper, Reverend Dean Baum, and Reverend Tim Marsh officiating. Burial will be at Calvary Baptist Church Cemetery, Rutherfordton. Mike Mahan's funeral and cremation service is serving the family of Elizabeth Ann Fowler Eves of Rutherfordton. Mrs. Mary Jo Bridges Wisnut, 82 of Ellenboro, died Friday at her residence. The funeral service will be conducted at 12 o'clock today at Walls Baptist Church. The Reverend David Philbeck and Dr. Robert Toney will officiate. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation will be from 11 until 12 prior to the service in the church sanctuary. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangements for Mrs. Mary Jo Bridges Wisnut. Diane Waters Pruitt, age 64 of Rutherfordton, passed away Saturday at the home of her sister in Rutherfordton. The funeral service will be conducted at 1 o'clock on Tuesday at Spindale Fellowship Holiness Church with Reverend Leon Brown, Reverend Danny Letford, and Reverend Brian Bolin officiating. The family will receive friends from 6 until 8 o'clock this evening at Spindale Fellowship Holiness Church. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Diane Waters Pruitt. Doris McKinney Edwards, age 100, of Ellenboro, died Thursday at Oakland Living Center, where she's been a resident for the past 8 years. Funeral services will be held at 3 o'clock. Was held yesterday at 3 o'clock in the Pageant and King. No formal visitation was held, and the Pageant King Mortuary and Crematory was in charge of the arrangements for 100-year-old Doris McKinney Edwards. Those are the death announcements we have this morning in house. Complete information on these and others as they become available can be heard this morning at 11:35 and then again this afternoon at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on the Most Information for the Foothills, AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton, and on Northland Cable Channel 5, and streaming that signal on the World Wide Web at www.wcab59.com. The Rush Limbaugh Morning Update is up next, and then we'll get to the phones.
Last week, the North Koreans fired off an ICBM, putting the Norks one step closer to being able to hit us with a nuke. Laura Rosenberger, Washington Post, called it an extraordinarily dangerous development, and then she berated Trump for tweeting about it. Because unlike President Trump, Laura Rosenberger is an expert. Yeah, she worked in the State Department and on the National Security Council for Presidents Bush and Obama. She knows how difficult the Norks are to deal with, and she knows how incredibly hard it is for the U.S. and our allies to coordinate a response to the Norks launching missiles. Ms. Rosenberger says that Trump's reaction, reaching for his phone and then firing off chest-thumping statements on Twitter, is reckless. The North Koreans look at every word in Trump's tweets for clear signals. But according to Ms. Rosenberger, the problem is it's not clear that Trump has any idea of what his own intentions are. You see, Trump isn't smart. He never worked for the State Department, the NSC, or for the Messiah, Barack Hussein O. So if Trump keeps tweeting, we might end up in a nuclear war with the Norks. Now, forgive me, Ms. Rosenberger, I have to ask, if you and the other experts in North Korea are so smart, why are we still facing the same problem with them? And why are they getting better at what they're doing after all these years if you are so damn smart?
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Ken Fisher, founder and executive chairman of Fisher Investments.
We don't sell annuities. We'll never sell annuities. Most annuities have nosebleed level fees, don't do what the customer thinks they do, have tremendous tax problems, are hard to get out of once you're in them, and are extremely confusing.
Don't let the sound of guaranteed income lead you to financial headache. Call now for your free report, Annuity Insights, and find out why legendary money manager Ken Fisher hates annuities. Call 1-800-859-5500 and see what you might be getting into.
Anything you want to do with annuities, there's a better way to do. If you have more than $500,000 to invest, talk to us.
Get your free report, Annuity Insights, and find out the 9 questions every annuity investor should ask. Call now, 1-800-859-5500. That's 1-800-859-5500.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey, and every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget. That's what the USO does.
From the time they join to the time they transition out of the military, the USO is there, offering programs and support along the way.
It's way more than a free phone call for us. It's that opportunity to stay mom, and the USO makes it all possible.
Be a part of their journey. Learn more today at USO.org.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Well, Gregory's is back. He's been on vacation now for about a week. Closed the doors over there to get some rest and relaxation, but he's back today. So you can have lunch there at Gregory's. One of the best places to eat in Rutherford County, by far, is Gregory's. Those menu choices, those grinders, outstanding. You'll find a great salad bar along with great pasta, from simple to elaborate. Gregory's can prepare what your party needs to. If you need a caterer, you can depend on Gregory's. Park Lane Plaza, Rutherford. Here's the phone number to call them, 287-2171. Talk with them about setting up your next event with a good catering job. That's Gregory's.
In 1871, the Kiowa on a reservation in Texas were told they couldn't leave the reservation even to hunt. In May of that year, Kiowa chiefs White Bear and Big Tree, with some warriors, raided a wagon train, killing 7 men. Interestingly, they had previously passed up a smaller wagon train that, unknown to them, had contained their nemesis, General William Tecumseh Sherman. A week later, White Bear and Big Tree were at the agency when they were asked about the raid. White Bear freely admitted being on the raid. He said that the Kiowa got tired of asking for arms and ammunition, and they decided to get some. The stunned Indian agent notified the military. White Bear, Big Tree, and another Indian, Sitting Bear, were arrested. On the trip to Jacksboro, Texas, Sitting Bear gnawed on one of his hands until it was small enough to pull out of a handcuff and attack the soldiers. He was able to die like a warrior rather than a dog's death at the end of a rope. On July 5, 1871, the trial of White Bear and Big Tree took place. The trial was controversial. This was the first time Indians, a ward of the federal government, had been tried in a state court. The jury was comprised of cowboys who were determined to make examples of the two Indians. White Bear told the court if he were hanged, it would be like a spark on the prairie. It would make a big fire, a terrible fire. The next time we're together, we'll see how White Bear's speech affected the jury. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Now it's Monday morning, time to get to the phones and find out what's been happening over the weekend around our county. And we're stopping first at the Sheriff's Department, and Officer King is there to give us an update. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing today, Jim?
Doing great. Ready for a Monday. Bring it on,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
What's on the report from the weekend?
In the past 48 hours, Sheriff's Department responded to 257 calls for service. There were 9 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 188 incarcerated. On our incident reports, Sonia Hamrick from Maryland Drive in Forest City reported breaking and entering and damage to property. It was 2 windows were broke. A Tanya Lardner from Camp Ferry Road in Mooresboro reported a burning of personal property. It was a burning of a 2010 Chevrolet Traverse. And a Christy Hurd from Northview Dorsey Street in Rutherford reported a misdemeanor larceny. It was larceny of the tag off of her vehicle. And on the arrest reports, a Dixie Odell from Hill Street Extension in Mooresboro was served with a failure to appear on misdemeanor, received a $500 secured bond, and that's all we have for today.
Officer King, we do appreciate the report, and you be safe out there today.
Thank you, Jim. Have a good day.
See you. Bye-bye. That's the Sheriff's Report in this morning, 17 past the hour of 7 here on WCAB.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids and vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherford.
Here's Lindsay now with a report from 911 Communications Center. Good morning, Lindsay. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Tell us what's been going on.
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 865 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 78 EMS, 29 rescue under law enforcement, 257 Sheriff's Office, 143 Forest City, 20 Lake Lure, 56 Rutherfordton, 139 Spindale. Under fire calls, Bills Creek had a motor vehicle accident. Spindale and Sandy Mush also have motor vehicle accidents, and that's all.
Thanks, Lindsay. I do appreciate it. Have a good Monday.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you suffer from foot or ankle pain, you should know there's advanced care available to you right here in Rutherford County. Dr. Jason Glover of Rutherford Orthopedics is the only fellowship-trained foot and ankle surgeon in our region. Now, what does that mean for you? It means a greater level of expertise that comes through advanced studies and research. You have options when it comes to foot and ankle care. So, learn more. Visit www.myrutherfordregional.com/orthopedics.
We're being kind today to June Elliott of Green Hill. June worked at Tanner for about 20 years. She has her birthday today, so we want to wish her a happy, happy birthday. Here's Ruby Taylor now with a report from the SDO Fire District. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on that report from the weekend?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and on my birthday counter, I've got James Davis, Jane Bannings, Bill Stamey, and Lee Dickerson having birthdays. I hope they have a nice day. And the signs are in the legs today and tomorrow, and that's all I've got, Jim.
Ruby, I do appreciate it. Have a great Monday.
You too, and
Thanks.
bye-bye.
Bye.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style of furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Well, when you think about floor covering, maybe you should think about Tarkett flooring. Such a beautiful, beautiful floors. They last a long, long time. And Southern Carpet, they have the Tarkett flooring. They have the widest range of flooring products that are both beautiful and resilient over there. And they understand that Tarkett flooring lasts a long time. Kids make a mess. Dogs track in mud. A lot of traffic goes in and out of your house. Tarkett flooring would be very resilient. Very beautiful. Right now, find out more about them. Get some fabulous pricing right now, too, in this summertime weather. So hurry and take advantage of some great deals right now and choose from the excellent selection of Tarkett flooring. Ask about that when you visit Southern Carpet, 1512 West Main Street. And visit them on the web at southerncarpet.net. And here's Steve now up in Rumbling Ball with our Monday morning forecast and the weather and time and busy and all those good things. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jim. It's pretty muggy here this morning, 67 degrees. Had a couple pretty cool mornings recently. I enjoyed those. I was out in my yard this weekend wearing a long sleeve shirt, and I'm thinking, this is July?
Yeah, really.
But that was at daybreak. But it's mosquitoes are out too. But hey, we've had a lot of good useful rain. Looks like we're going to dry out for a few days now. But about stepped on a snake yesterday.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. That's why I always try to look down when I'm walking around, and because I live in the woods, and
yeah.
I always said if I get something happens to me, it'll be a hornet from a hornet's nest. I might hit the nest or something with my head because I'm looking down. But
was it black snake?
Yes, sir.
Black snake.
Yeah. Here it's been just relatively smooth, busy but smooth. I could tell that it's been a very busy weekend. Lots of folks are departing, and I could tell by, like I always say, I go down and look at the dumpsters. Yep, it was real busy. So we had a good weekend, and nothing negative to report from this weekend. My guys stayed on top of things, it looks like.
Good.
So we're rolling along mid-July, and it's hot outside.
It's really been muggy for sure.
It has been, and I guess we should expect it.
Yeah.
So we'll endure it.
We'll go with the flow.
Yes, sir.
Steve, have a good Monday up there. We'll check in with you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 24 past the hour of 7, and the Nationals beat the Braves yesterday 10-5. The Braves beat them on Saturday 13-0, and on Friday the Nationals beat the Braves 5-4 in 10 innings. And the Quaker State 400 winner yesterday was Martin Truex Jr. Now we'll get to the next phone call here in just a moment. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Now we're going up to Hudlow Fire District and get Bob Hodge on the radio to see what's been happening. Bob, how you doing?
Oh, doing just fine on this Monday morning.
Well, they roll around fast, don't they?
They roll around real fast. I tell you, these weekends get short, don't they?
Sure does seem like it.
Yeah. But if you're going to get out and do anything, you need to do it early. It looks like it's going to get hot by the afternoon there, so that's about at 90 degrees again today, so it's going to get another warm day up here. And Jim, with the fire department over the weekend, it's been real quiet. We answered one call Saturday evening, a tree down on Rock Road, and didn't have any fire or wreck calls over the weekend, so that's good. I want to say happy birthday to Jeff Hensley and Brian Tate this morning. Jim, things are running along good up here, and like I say, it's going to be another hot day, so.
Well, I'm glad things are relatively quiet over the weekend. No bad damage, no wrecks to amount to anything, so I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, I know it there, and but we had some pretty hard showers of rain there Saturday afternoon there. They come up pretty fast, them storms there, so. But we missed them all. And
yeah.
Had a real nice day on Sunday, but I looking at the news, they had a lot of flooding up around Hendersonville there during them storms, and looked like a lot of damage done up that way, so.
Yeah, we've been able to bite the bullet so far.
Yes. But Jim, you take care and have a good day, and I'll be talking to you in the morning.
Bob, thanks so much. I appreciate you doing that, and I'll see you then.
All right.
Say bye. 27 past the hour of 7 here on this Monday morning news hour. Across the road, they're busy as beavers this morning at Farmers Friend Feed Seeding Supplies. They're serving a lot of people, a lot of traffic in and out the gate today. They've already opened. They open a little earlier than 7:30. That's our normal opening hours, 7:30 to 5:30. Saturday, 7:30 to 2. But they are open early this morning. A lot of things to do, a lot of people to serve. Now, if you're looking for if your birds around your house eat as much as my birds do around my house, you're going to need this big bag of black oil sunflower seeds. 50-pound bag is only $18.49, and they'll go through it in a hurry if you're not careful. Generic dog food, $12.99. High yield kills all pest killer, $49.99 for the 2.5 gallon. All those kind of needs you can take care of at Farmer's Friend Feed Seeding Supplies. They have a large selection of good used farm equipment as well. You might want to take a look at. No need to pay big prices for newer things if you can get a good used one, right? Check with them at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. Phone number is 287-3272.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
The Cherry Mountain Fire District is our next stop, and that's where Sue Price is to give us that update. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling good on this Monday morning?
I am, if you are.
Yes, I am indeed.
It's a nice morning. Got 64 degrees to start with, so it's going to get warm today. That's all right. The sun's already up, and birds are at the feeder, and everything seems to be going all right out there. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. I have no birthdays on my calendar. On my personal calendar, I got an anniversary for CC and Faye. So I hope they'll have a good day, and a birthday for Mary McNeely. So happy birthday to Mary. And let's see, Fairview's got a birthday for Emily Supton. And First Broad has it's an anniversary for Mark and Faye Booth. So I hope all these folks are going to have a good day today. They've got a nice day to celebrate. So we hope they have a good day, and anybody else that's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. And so far, I don't have any announcements. It's just been quiet and calm over this way, and looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks very much, Sue. You enjoy yours, Sue, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. 7:30 this morning as we wrap around the county to find out what's going on. We're going to stop next over at Miracle-Ear in Forest City or Shelby. Lisa Terry is a hearing specialist in both of those offices, and she's in the Forest City office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And she'll be glad to help you and answer your questions about sound facts on Miracle-Ear. They've been around a long, long time, and there's no better respected or well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle-Ear. That's true. They get an A-plus rating from the BBB, Better Business Bureau, and they provide complete customer care packages, including 30-day satisfaction guarantee, lifetime care promise, 3-year limited warranty on all hearing solutions. Most insurance plans are accepted. Financing is available. So isn't it time for you to check your hearing? And that pre-hearing test is with no obligation. Lisa will be glad to set that up for you. In Forest City, call 828-368-4126. That's 828-368-4126. In Shelby, that's 1704-750-0215. And tell Lisa you heard about us talking. You heard us talking about them on the radio, and you'd like to have a free hearing test with no obligation whatsoever. And start listening to what's going on around. It's maybe open new door of possibilities for you. All right, we're being kind to June Elliott of Green Hill. June worked at Tanner for about 20 years. She's having a birthday today, so we want to wish June Elliott a happy birthday. Now we want to hop over to Union Mills and get the Kelly report from Miss Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this marvelous Monday?
It's a beautiful day, and I feel good.
That's good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, we hope everybody's having a good day so far.
It's a beautiful full moon out there in the mornings, too. That moon is full, bright. And
I know it wakes me up shining in the window at night time.
Oh, yeah?
I'm thinking, is it time to get up already? But that's all right. It is pretty, yeah. You said you had a bad storm Saturday?
We had a pretty bad storm, yeah. Came through in lightning, thunder, a lot of rain, heavy rain.
They had a bad one up Brackett Town and up around the church and like that, because my sister called me and wanted to know, did y'all get that bad storm? I said, no, it rained. There was one time it lightning, and the lights flickered just one little time, and it was just the rain, not even enough really to measure in the rain gauge. But I did notice a big old Bradford pear tree out here across from the chip mill. About half of it was gone. So that's just about 2 miles from my house. But going to church yesterday, they said the tunnel had flooded and there was gravel everybody's driveway. There was gravel and dirt and sand all in the road.
I can believe it.
Yeah. I believe they said that they had 2 inches just in a short time.
Wow. That tunnel's kind of scary anyway, going through it.
Yeah. Listen, it is scary. Not yesterday, but last Sunday, I went through it, and the light was green for me. And just as I got through it, there was a truck come up, and the light was still red. And don't you know they went right on through that tunnel? And I thought, now what if somebody else had been, just behind me? It would have been a collision in the tunnel, because you can't see from if you're coming from this way up, you can see all the way through it. The other way you can't, because it's in a curve till you get in it. And that's a scary thing. I think it's awful when people don't obey the traffic lights and laws and stuff. But you got those people that like to take a chance, and it's not good. But let's see. I've got 62 degrees on the front porch this morning. Birthdays today. I've got J.W. Ferguson, Kay Warner, Jewel Lane, Sylvia Gaddy, Allison Brown, Brock Bird, and Ray Connor. I don't have any on Round Hill or Macedonia, so we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. I don't have any announcements or anything going on so far this week. It's just quiet after the 4th.
Well, we just about got half of a year gone now, working on the latter half of this year, 2017.
I know it, and it won't be long till somebody has a birthday here in just a few days.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm glad to get them.
I am too. I'm glad to get mine too.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful for each day of life that the Lord blesses me with. So
Absolutely.
That's good.
I'm happy to have birthdays.
Yeah, our pastor wasn't at church yesterday. He's sort of under the weather. He's got a kidney stone.
Oh no.
Yeah, and we had a visiting man, a David Bradshaw from Old Fort, and he was so nervous. But now last night at Bible study, he was a little bit better. He said, "Y'all just made me feel right at home," and he said, "I sure appreciate that." He said, "I was so nervous," and I thought, "Yeah, I could tell."
Yeah. So young man?
Well, yeah, I believe he said he'd be 50 sometime this year. To me, that's young.
Well, your pastor ought to get some of that flowering mountain magnolia tree bark that Dr. Bob talks about. Make some tea out of it. It'll dissolve that thing right away.
Well, I'll have to tell him, mate.
Yeah, tell him to call Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob's got some.
He's supposed to be going on vacation this weekend. I don't know if he'll get to go or not.
Boy, you don't want to go on vacation with a kidney stone.
Yeah, they talked like it was I believe they said 6 millimeter. That's pretty big, I think, for a kidney stone. But we wish him the best. We hope he'll soon be over this.
Yeah, that's terrible pain.
Yeah, I've heard that it is. I don't know.
Well, listen, I hope you have a great Monday.
You have a good one, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Brenda.
Okay.
Bye.
Catch you later.
That's the Cali Report from Upstate Union Mills.
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Well, they can certainly work you in over there if you'll call Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System at 245-6727. Tell them you want to check out your exhaust system that you know it's not right. They'll do it for you, and they do an expert job. Over 16 years of experience. If you want it done right, bring your automobile to Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. Don't guess at it, and don't let just anybody try to work on it. You got a brother-in-law that thinks he can handle it. I don't know about that. I'd bring it over to Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System and let them do it right the first time. They're in the building right across from Staley Pallets on West Main Street, Forest City, just a couple of doors up from Southern Carpet, and you'll find a big muffler out front there as their sign. Remember the name, Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturdays 8 to 12. And again, that phone number is 245-6727. Now we're checking in down in Cliffside with Cliffside man Herman Jones. See what's going on. Herman, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jim. You all right?
I am indeed. You been okay last week? Didn't get to talk to you much last week.
Well, I was at senior place. They hadn't come this morning. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, maybe they'll be about to pick you up. What time do they usually come pick you up?
Usually around 7, but I talked to them about, making it later on account of talking to you.
Yeah.
And, that might be what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll
know.
Go ahead.
We'll know in the long run, won't we?
Oh, yeah. If they don't pick you up, you can start your own senior citizens club down in Cliffside.
There you go. Let's see, Jim. Far as I know, everything around here is quiet. We got one birthday, Micaiah Swan. That's my granddaughter. Hope she has a big day. And far as I know, everything else is quiet.
Okay, good deal. Well, keep it quiet down there for us, and we'll check back in with you next time.
All right. Appreciate it, Jim.
See you, Herbert. Herman Jones there in Cliffside, 39 past the hour of 7. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Boy, I tell you, something that cools off the temperature when it's really hot and humid is a good old bowl of ice cream, homemade ice cream. And if you don't have a churn, you need to go to Washburn store and get one of those White Mountain ice cream freezers. Boy, that really freezes it solid. They got the manual kind, and they have the electric kind. If the kiddos around your family have never tried one of these manuals, give them that experience. It's fun. It'll keep them busy for a while. And then they have the electric. You can just plug it in, put all your things, and it turns out to be great, solid, firm ice cream. White Mountain ice cream freezers available at Washburn store. They also have stick candy coming in all the time. They sell a lot of stick candy over there. Prices are good. They got a wide variety of choices. And if you're working outside in a flower bed, they got hats to put on, gloves to put on your hand, all those tools to work in your flower bed without having to do all that hard labor yourself. Get something to help you out at Washburn store. You'll find them over there between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway, and they got something over there that you will not find any place else. I know for a fact you'll love Washburn store. Now we're heading over toward Ellenboro. We got the Luther man on the phone right now. Luther Gilligan, good morning.
Good morning, Luther. It's nice day down here.
Good. You're up and at 'em, huh?
Yeah, the air's cool a little bit. Humidity's down.
A little bit.
So we're gonna have a good day today.
A little bit.
It's quiet this morning. There's not a whole lot going on. Everybody just trying to get back to work, get back to swing of things. The department had 4 medical calls over the weekend. Other than that, they're doing good. And just nothing else going on. Don't have any birthdays this day, so nothing else happening down here. Let's see, we won't have Bible school starting down here Sunday night there at Bethel Church. Just start at 6 o'clock, run until 8:30. So everyone's invited to come in. Children from 3 years to 6th grade. And we're going to have adult classes too, so all the members invited that, yeah. And Jim, that's what's going on. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I appreciate it, and you have a good one too, and I'll see you then.
All right, take care now.
Bye. Thanks. And it's time now for birthdays and anniversaries. This is the 10th day of July, July 10th. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, please call it in to us now so we can celebrate with you. Put your name in a drawing and give away one of Granny B's cakes. We like doing that, and we like to make sure that all the birthdays are called in, so we're going to allow you a little bit of time. 287-3356. Todd standing by out there to take your birthday call. Now, 287-3356.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Whatever event you have coming up and you need a cake baked, don't go through that hassle yourself. Go to Granny B's and have her fix one for you, specially made. Granny B's cakes are absolutely delicious. Hand-decorated birthday cakes or anniversary cakes or party cakes or just because you like cake. Let them eat cake. Call Granny B's, 286-9012, 286-9012, and tell Granny what kind of cake you're looking for, and she'll be glad to fix that for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to June Elliott of Greenhill. She's the one we're being kind to. She's having a birthday today. Also want to send a big shout out and a happy birthday to James Davis this morning. He's having a birthday. Want to wish him a happy. Barbara Craig is also celebrating. Curtis Burnett is 17 over in Ellenboro. And Kay Warner over in Grays Creek celebrating a birthday. And Buck Buchanan is 71 today. We wish all of these folks a happy. Also on the 10th, we have J.W. Ferguson, Jewel Lane, Sylvia Gaddy, Allison Brown, Brock Bird, and Ray Connor. All these folks we want to wish a happy happy birthday. And we'll find out who's going to win that cake here in just a moment. We'll put all these names together and have a drawing, and somebody's going to win that cake coming up. Ron Cates also having a birthday. He's a fireman in Forest City, lives in Hudlow. So we're going to wish Ron Cate a happy.
Have you ever watched a bird sleeping on its perch and yet it never falls off? How does it manage to do this? The secret is in the tendons of the bird's legs. They are so constructed that when the leg is bent at the knee, the claws contract and grip like a steel trap. The claws refuse to let go until the knees are unbent again. The bended knee gives the bird the ability to hold on to his perch so tightly. Is this not also the secret of the holding power of the believer? Daniel found this to be true. Surrounded by a pagan environment, tempted to compromise with evil, urged to weaken his grip on God, he refused to let go. He held firm when others faltered because he was a man of prayer. He knew the power of the bent knee. From sleeping birds, we can learn the secret of holding things which are most precious to us: honesty, purity, thoughtfulness, honor, and character. That secret is the knee bent in prayer. When we hold firmly to God in prayer, we can rest assured He will hold tightly to us. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS. That number again, toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
Chris Connor also having a birthday. They live up in Bills Creek. He's too late for the drawing, unfortunately, but we do want to wish him a happy birthday. And our birthday cake winner is James Davis over in Forest City. James Davis, our winner of the cake this morning. James will have a certificate over here. Stop by and pick that up and take that over to Granny B's and enjoy that cake. James Davis, our winner. 7:48. We've got a lot to pack in this next hour. We got the job market report and find out where some jobs are coming up here in just a few minutes. A lot of other things to talk about, too. So be with us.
NCN News. I am Mike Rayleigh. President Trump has backed off a plan to create a cybersecurity team with Russia. CBS News' Brooke Silva Braga has the latest.
Mr. Trump started Sunday morning with this tweet about his G20 meeting with President Vladimir Putin. Putin and I discussed forming an impenetrable cybersecurity unit so that election hacking and many other negative things will be guarded.
The body of a missing swimmer in Holden Beach has been found. During the search, Holden Beach Police Chief Wally Lane says he believes the swimmer got caught in a rip current. City leaders in Charlotte, activists, and police officers met with community leaders on Sunday at a rally for peace in North Charlotte. The rally wasn't just a call to end violence. Organizers tried to connect people to resources they need. Sean Corbett was one of the participants and tells WSOC News.
Due to all of the murders that's been going on since January, we just decided to come together.
A British court is facing a difficult decision in the case of a dying infant boy. CBS's Vicky Barker has the latest from London.
11-month-old Charlie Gard has a rare genetic disease that's left him severely brain damaged. The children's hospital treating him had won a court case ordering him taken off life support. But now the hospitals asked the court to assess new evidence that's apparently emerged since both the Pope and Donald Trump brought international attention to the case.
A Buncombe County rector is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon at a road rage incident that happened in Florida. The Reverend William Adams is a priest at Calvary Episcopal Church in Arden. Dozens of major wildfires are burning across the west near Santa Barbara, California.
Ooh, I can feel it from here. Wow.
Cleanup continued near downtown Hendersonville following torrential downpours across the mountains over the weekend. Hendersonville was one of the hardest hit areas with floodwaters causing damage to homes, businesses, parked vehicles, and leaving behind a mess of debris and silt. You're listening to NCN News.
Sometimes the simplest things can make the biggest difference. An extra pair of hands, a smile, or a shoulder. At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we feel the same about home and auto coverage, affordable rates, trusted service, and local agents. After all, making one simple difference in your life helps you make a big difference in another's. Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Get ready for a totally new type of museum experience at the North Carolina Museum of History's groundbreaking new exhibit, North Carolina and World War I. Wind your way through a life-size trench system with 8-foot walls, a reproduction field hospital, floor-to-ceiling murals, historic film footage and interactive video, plus over 500 artifacts on display. Don't miss your chance to step into the shoes of a Tar Heel soldier from 100 years ago. It's free and now open at the North Carolina Museum of History in downtown Raleigh.
A new study draws a connection between cancer and physical and psychological suffering. Correspondent Robert Berger reports from Jerusalem.
Israeli researchers studied the health data of more than 150,000 Holocaust survivors and found that they faced a higher risk of developing cancer over time. The study concluded that the starvation, overcrowding, psychological stress, and disease that Holocaust survivors endured impacted their cancer risk later in life.
We've learned that North Carolina is ranked 8th for rural road deaths, so what is being done to change things? Tiffany Wright with AAA Carolinas in Charlotte says policymakers are taking notice.
They put more funding into our roads and bridges, so I think we are on the right path to repairing those roads and bridges. Having said that, rural roads are very vital to commerce. They're vital to our economy.
It's being called the summer of hell for rail commuters in New York City. Amtrak begins extensive repairs today to its track and signals in Penn Station. This commuter says he'll try to look for alternative routes.
I work out of downtown, so hopefully I'll be going in and out of Brooklyn a lot more often than I have been. But I don't know about prepared. I don't know if anyone is prepared, but we all do the best we can.
A state agency is marking a milestone this month. It has been 2 decades since the North Carolina Department of Agriculture added consumer services to an official title. State Agriculture Commissioner Steve Troxler says the change was made to better reflect what the agency does.
20 years ago, then Ag Commissioner Jim Graham added consumer services to the name, and it let people know that the department wasn't just an advocate for farmers, but also offered a wide variety of services to help consumers out there too.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
Preston. Members of President Trump's team responding this morning to new information that the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., met with a lawyer last summer because she said she had information on Hillary Clinton. That lawyer was Russian. Donald Trump Jr. acknowledging the meeting took place for that reason. Kellyanne Conway reacting. Here's ABC's Brad Milkey.
Speaking to ABC News, White House senior advisor Kellyanne Conway said this does not demonstrate a willingness to collude with Russian agents.
No information that was meaningful and helpful was gained from this.
By Donald Trump Jr.'s own admission, he ended the meeting only after the Russian lawyer seemed not to have any verifiable dirt on the Clinton campaign, but he, along with other members of the campaign, denied any contact with Russians for months. Asked why these denials were allowed to stand, Conway said,
"Some of the disclosure forms have been amended since that time."
Brad Milkey, ABC News.
The Kremlin saying this morning it is unaware of any meeting between Donald Trump's staff and that Russian lawyer. Members of Congress are back in Washington after their 4th of July break. Republicans say they will get to work on health care once again. Even though more members of the GOP have come out against the plan, 10 at least say they will not vote for the current legislation. The weather has been hot and dry in western states in Canada, and that's fueled more than a dozen wildfires, dozens actually. It's forced thousands from their homes. ABC's Matt Gutman is near one of them, the Whittier Fire in Southern California.
45 wildfires burning in the west right now, 50% more acres burned this year than last year. One of the things fueling all of that fire is the rain, actually, from last year. It created a tremendous amount of undergrowth and brush. That brush has now turned brown, and it is like gasoline on a fire, essentially fueling most of these fires and starting off this year's fire season much more quickly than previous fire seasons.
The president of Iraq says forces have retaken that country's second largest city of Mosul from ISIS fighters. Mosul under ISIS control since 2014. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the harassment. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Call now at 866-844-7344 for free information. For about 10 years, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Get off the endless cycle without having to declare bankruptcy. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
Police in Coleraine, Ohio are still looking for the gunman who stormed into a gender reveal party over the weekend for a pregnant woman and began shooting. One woman was killed. 8 others were hurt, including several children. This is part of the 911 call.
Hey, baby's been shot. I think I got hit. There's a couple of people that got hit.
How many people are shot?
Hey, I don't know if the baby later was shot in the leg. I'm shot. There's a whole lot of people in her shot.
Neighbors say nothing like this has ever happened in that area. Police are still searching for a motive and the gunman. The end is nigh for a once mighty electronics retailer. ABC's Jim Ryan was once a member of Radio Shack's Battery of the Month Club. Now he's reporting on the company's demise.
At its peak, Radio Shack operated 7,400 stores on 3 continents. Now it's become the butt of late-night comedians.
Even the name Radio Shack is outdated. I mean, it's not so different from going to a store called the Fax Machine Hut.
Today, an online auction of items found at the company's headquarters will wrap up. Much of the stuff still works, the calculators and coffee mugs, for example. But the Duophone microprocessor is a museum piece whose top bid right now is $3.50. That's $3.50. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
How is this fair? A 19-year-old from California won $555,000 on a $5 scratch-off ticket last week. So she bought another ticket for $5, won $100,000. Says she's going to go shopping, buy herself a new car. Good for her. This is ABC News.
When I get to about 3/4, when I get down to the bottom, a couple more scoops, it's time to place my order. Dinovite.com.
Order a 90-day supply of Dinovite for your dog this week.
We'll send you a bottle of Liquor Chaps free.
New improved Liquor Chaps with omega-6, omega-3, vitamin E.
And now 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
Even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try Liquor Chaps.
Free this week at Dinovite.com.
If it's working, don't quit.
We'll start the week with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today and run a little bit hotter than yesterday. We do have a slight chance of a midday or afternoon thunder shower, mostly for the southern half or so of the state. Highs will reach about 86 to 91. And tonight, mostly clear and muggy with light winds and lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Looks like Tuesday will bring more sun than clouds overall. It will be hot and humid with a south to southwest breeze. Highs tomorrow up around 88 to 93. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
68 currently, climbing to 88 for a daytime high under mostly sunny skies. There might be a little pop-up shower this afternoon, nothing major. That's going to be pretty much way all week long. By the time we get to Saturday, partly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms, only a 40% chance. Highs around 88 most days this week, 91 on Thursday and Wednesday. Right now, though, it's sunny and 68 degrees here at WCAB, Rutherford. We're going to get Terry Thomas on the phone here in a few moments and try to get some job opportunities available to us, find out where they are hiring folks, and see if we can get some folks back up to jobs again. Congratulations to James Davis of Safari City. He won the birthday cake this morning, and we're being kind to June Elliott of Green Hill on her birthday today. Now here is Terry Thomas with the job market report today. Terry, good morning.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Just fine.
Good. Tell us where some job opportunities are.
Okay, we're going to start in the Spindle area. We have a program assistant position. This job requires a high school diploma and or GED and at least 2 years experience. And the pay on this job is $25,000 a year. Also in the Spindle area, we have a human services planner position. This job does require a bachelor's degree and at least 2 years experience. And the pay on this job ranges from $29,000 up to $38,000 a year, depending upon experience. Up in the Chimney Rock area, we have full-time and part-time positions for a receptionist for a hotel. This job pays $10 an hour, and you must have a high school diploma and or GED. In the Forest City area, we have a general laborer position for an electrical contractor. This job pays from $7.25 an hour up to $10 an hour, depending upon experience. And we also have a part-time custom protection security officer for a business. This job does require a high school diploma and or GED, and the pay on this job depends upon experience. And we also have a part-time merchandiser detailer position. This job pays $7.25 an hour. In the Rutherford area, we have a full-time and part-time positions for a line cook. This job pays from $7.25 an hour up to $8 an hour, depending upon experience, and you must have a minimum of 6 months experience. We also have a server position. They do have full-time and part-time positions in the Rutherford area. This job pays salary plus tips. And we have full-time and part-time dishwasher positions. And this job pays from $7.25 an hour up to $8 an hour, depending upon experience. We do have various certified nursing assistant positions throughout the county and registered nursing positions. And the pay on these jobs depends upon experience. And we are still taking applications for the new Everest textile plant. They are taking applications for various production positions in the textile industries. And these are just a few of the jobs that we have available at the Rutherford County NC Works Career Center. We are located at 223 Charlotte Road, Rutherford. For more information on these or other positions, you can call us at 286-3042, or you can go on our website at www.ncworks.gov.
Terry Thomas, thank you so very much for this report, and I hope you have a great week.
You too.
Thanks. And we always love to give you the opportunities to know where they are. If you can go get them, they are hiring by leaps and bounds. Everywhere you turn just about, you see help wanted signs out there. So you cannot say. Now, you're not going to be able to start up on the presidential level probably. You may have to work yourself up, but it's a start. At least it'll be productive, constructive, and you'll be making a legitimate paycheck. So go get them. Get her done. 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. Again, congratulations to James Davis of Forest City. James was a lucky winner of the cake from Granny B's. And we're being kind to June Elliott of Green Hill. Her birthday is today. She worked for Tanner for about 20 years, so we wish her a happy birthday. We got news from here and there, some stories, and we'll tell you who has filed for the municipal elections up to this point when we get back from this. Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Laura Hodge at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, you can get all your medicines synchronized. That promotes better compliance. No more trying to remember if you've taken this medicine or not. It takes the pressure off trying to remember what comes next. Ask about the RX Simplicity, or just tell them you want your medicine synchronized. Remember also, Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the place to get Dr. Comfort therapeutic footwear. You will be able to feel the difference. The Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the home of the Two Old Goats lotion for joint pain that's working so well for many people in this area. Stop in and ask about it today at Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, right beside the Napa store, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. I want to say good morning to those listening via the internet this morning on the World Wide Web. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. These stories we're reporting from the Daily Courier's edition of the weekend. A two-car collision at South Church Street in US 74A in Forest City sent 4 people to the hospital Friday morning. North Carolina Highway Patrolman Doug Walker said Jerry Baheeler was driving a 2011 Toyota on South Church Street, and Alice Hodge was driving a Nissan Rogue when the cars collided in the intersection. Baheeler, who told Walker he was unsure about the traffic light, was cited for failing to stop at a red light. Hodge was traveling on US 74A. She was transported to Cleveland Regional Medical Center. Her 2 young children and an adult passenger were taken to Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Assisting at the scene were Forest City Fire and Rescue, Forest City Police, and Rutherford County EMS and the Highway Patrol. The Hudlow Fire and Rescue responded to a kitchen fire at the home of Patsy Ware Thursday afternoon. Ware told firefighters she momentarily walked away from her stove while cooking, and when she returned, paper towels had caught fire. It can happen in a second, she said, as firefighters were clearing smoke. Hudlow firefighters said there was fire damage to her cabinets and kitchen ceiling and smoke damage throughout the house. There were no injuries, thank goodness. Assisting Hudlow were Rutherfordton Fire and Rescue and Spindale Fire Department. Duke Energy also assisted in that. Rutherford County Republican Party held their 2017 Lincoln-Reagan dinner on Saturday evening. The keynote speaker was the Honorable Mark Meadows, United States House of Representatives, North Carolina 11th Congressional District. He attended and spoke without any incident occurring outside the facility there, although he had spoken earlier in the week and some protesters were protesting him, but he was received warmly in Rutherford County. There was a reception 6 o'clock with VIP folks, and in the dinner, and a lot of folks, about 250 people, I believe, was in attendance at the Lincoln-Reagan dinner with Honorable Mark Meadows, the speaker, the keynote speaker. Well, a lot of folks have filed already. All the major municipal mayors file first day of opening. Let me give you a quick rundown of those who have filed already for public office. In Rutherfordton, Mayor Jimmy Dancy has filed for re-election. He currently is serving as mayor. In Forest City, the current mayor, Steve Holland, has filed for re-election. And in Spindale, incumbent mayor Mickey Bland has filed for re-election. And in Lake Lure, newcomer Kevin J. Cooley has filed for mayor of Lake Lure. Rutherford Town Council, Stanley Clements filed for re-election. In Spindale, Robin Inslee filed for re-election. In Lake Lure Town Council, newcomer John Kilby has filed for election to the Lake Lure Town Council. And John Moore filed for a commissioner in Lake Lure as well. Those are the ones who have filed that we have records of so far. There may be others filing today, and it's going to stay open, it's a couple of weeks. I'm not really sure. Check with the Board of Elections if you're interested in running for mayor or town council member of any of these locations, and get your paperwork done and get in the race. Police arrested a second person after a toddler suffered wounds and bruises at his Cherryville home. Ryan Allen Mole turned himself into authorities Thursday afternoon on allegations of felony child abuse by neglect and misdemeanor contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Cherryville police say Mole of 987 Tot Dellinger Road was providing care for his former girlfriend's 2-year-old son when the boy suffered severe bruises and open wounds on his head and body. The boy's mother, Chelsea Champion Millard, faces the same charges after turning herself into the Gaston County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday. Mull, 25, showed a reckless disregard for human life, according to the arrest warrants. Police say he allowed the child to repeatedly obtain the bruises and wounds and was grossly negligent in his care. Gaston County's Department of Social Services was looking into the case beforehand, and Cherryville Police Chief Cam Jenks said the agency brought the matter to law enforcement's attention. Jenks said someone called social workers and about the injuries the child suffered the week before the May 2nd incident. DSS discovered the more significant injuries upon the visit to the home. Millard says he was at work when the abuse occurred and told Mull to leave when she found out what happened. The mother was charged after DSS workers transported the toddler to the hospital. Both suspects were released from the Gaston County slammer on unsecured bond shortly after being charged. Neither has a conviction record in North Carolina. Miller says she continues to maintain custody of her 3 children. She said she would be cleared of wrongdoing and that she loves her children. Meanwhile, police are looking for a suspect in a fatal shooting that took place Saturday evening up in Asheville. According to the Asheville Police Department, officers responded to reports of gunshots at Livingston Street Apartments about 8:12 p.m. When the officers arrived at the scene, they found the victim with at least 1 gunshot wound. He was taken to Mission Hospital for treatment, where he later died due to those injuries. Sherrod Terrell Woods, 20, has been identified as the suspect in that death. Woods is charged with first-degree murder for his participation in the shooting. Woods should be considered armed and dangerous. He is described as a male with black hair and brown eyes, 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighs 235 pounds, and has a tattoo on his right forearm that reads Woods. Woods may be driving a newer model Ford F-150 with red rims. Detectives are still investigating this crime, as encouraging anyone with information about the shooting or Woods' whereabouts to call the Asheville Police Department at 828-252-1110 or Crime Stoppers at 828-255-5050, or contact the local officials and they'll help you get that information to the right source. Again, he's considered to be armed and dangerous. He's described as an African American with black hair and brown eyes, 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighs about 235 pounds, and has a tattoo on his right forearm that reads Woods, W-O-O-D-S. Meanwhile, Spartanburg deputies are asking for the public's assistance in finding a missing teenager. Deputies say 16-year-old Tyler Aaron St. Louis left his Spartanburg County home early Sunday morning. They say he may have a gun and has made comments about harming himself. St. Louis is 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighs 180 pounds. He left his home in a gray 2016 Nissan Altima with South Carolina plate MUH, M as in mother, U as in other, as in upward, and H as in home. MUH 989. If you see somebody that fits that description, please contact the local police department. St. Louis was believed to be in the Pelzer area a few hours after leaving his home. He also has family near Cochran, Georgia. A Hopgood woman left an infant and a 1-year-old child in her car for 40 minutes while she was at a sweepstakes in Scotland Neck, North Carolina. Shanisha Smith has been charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor child abuse and was being held in the Halifax County slammer in lieu of $6,000 bail. Scotland Neck police say they responded to Daughtry Gas Company around 3:40 Thursday after a caller alerted them. The vehicle was running and locked, but no one was inside. Police said surveillance footage revealed the infants were left in the car in direct sunlight for at least 40 minutes. Police said the children apparently were healthy and alert. They were left in the care of a family member, and the Department of Social Services is looking into that incident. Police said employees and customers of the sweepstakes were unaware of Smith's actions, and the owner has banned Smith from the property. Another crazy incident. A Spartanburg man has been arrested after reportedly leaving his child in a hot car while donating plasma. According to the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office, Preston Lee Fuller, Jr., 28, has been charged with unlawful neglect of a child. The report from the Sheriff's Office states that deputies arrived at a location in the 600 block of Chesney Highway for a call about abandoned child. They met the Whitney Fire Department and EMS crew at the scene, who had already removed the child from the back black truck. The deputies met the Whitney Fire Department and EMS crew. The crews at the scene told deputies that when they arrived, the back window of the truck were partially rolled down and the vehicle was not running. 7-year-old child was reportedly sweating, and his car seat was soaked with sweat as well. Deputies spoke with a woman who called for help. She stated that the child was locked in the truck for over 40 minutes and did not notice the child was inside until the vehicle's alarm began going off. According to the report, the caller and other staff members at a DSS office took the child inside and gave him some water to cool him down. Inside the vehicle, the woman stated that she saw a warm, half-filled bottle of water and half-eaten Pop-Tart pastry. Deputies then spoke with the father, Fuller, Jr., who said that he had no excuse for leaving the child in the car. He reportedly gave the child the option of going inside the plasma collection center with him or stay in the vehicle. Suspect said the child opted to stay in the vehicle while he was inside for about an hour. The report states that the child was turned over to his mother and was checked out by EMS. Well, I just don't understand people. Has common sense just completely gone away in our society? 22 past 8 o'clock, the Sheriff's Report coming up in a minute.
At Northland, we're working hard to deliver fast, dependable internet service to our communities and bringing download speeds of up to 100 megabits per second to our neighborhoods. We've invested over $27 million the last 3 years and plan to invest almost $40 million more over the next 3. This investment is backed by our dedicated local team, 24/7 support and reliability you can depend on. Experience more with Northland. Not available in all areas. Commercial services may differ. See getnorthland.com for full details.
Officer King was on the radio with us earlier this morning with the Sheriff's Report. We recorded it for broadcast at this time. Now here he is, Officer King.
In the past 48 hours, the Sheriff's Department responded to 257 calls for service. There were 9 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 188 incarcerated. On our incident reports, Sonia Hamrick from Maryland Drive in Forest City reported breaking and entering and damage to property. It was 2 windows were broke. A Tanya Lardner from Camp Perry Road in Morrisboro reported a burning of personal property. It was a burning of a 2010 Chevrolet Traverse. And a Christy Hurd from Northview Dorsey Street in Rutherford reported a misdemeanor larceny. It was larceny of the tag off of her vehicle. And on the arrest reports, a Dixie Odell from Hill Street Extension in Mooresboro was served with a failure to appear on misdemeanor, received a $500 secured bond, and that's all we have for today.
Update on sports coming up next here on the Variety Information Hour of WCAB Rutherfordton.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Clayton Kershaw is the Major's first 14-game winner of the season after needing just 99 pitches to toss a six-hitter in LA's 26th win in the last 30 games. 5-2 the final over Kansas City. The Dodgers have a 7.5 games lead over Arizona in the NL West. The Astros improved to 60-29, good for a 16.5 game lead in the AL West after Houston ripped the Blue Jays 19-1 in Toronto. Carlos Carrera homered twice and drove in a career-high 5 runs. The Milwaukee Brewers entered the All-Star break 5.5 games up over St. Louis and Chicago in the NL Central. Travis Shaw and Stephen Vogt homered in a 5-3 win over the Yankees in New York. The Bombers staying 3.5 games behind the AL East leading Red Sox, who also lost. A 10-5 final against Atlanta earned Washington a 4-game split with the Braves and keeps the Nats, the NL East leader, over Atlanta at 9.5. Cleveland still leads the AL Central by 2.5 games over Minnesota after both of them lost on Sunday. Detroit topped the Indians in Cleveland 5-3, and the Orioles' 15-hit attack en route to an 11-5 final at Minnesota. Martin Truex Jr. was dominant throughout and had enough left on a final restart to win the NASCAR Cup race Saturday night at Kentucky. He says he didn't want the later restart to spoil what was a tremendous race for him.
You try to laugh at everybody you can just so they don't come back and beat you on tires at the end for some crazy strategy. But I got so worried, when that caution came out with 2 to go that we were going to be in trouble. And I'm just glad I was able to hold on for these guys.
Raleigh native Chesson Hadley shot a 7-under-65 Sunday to win the Web.com Tour's Lecom Health Challenge at Findlay Lake in New York.
I've won on tour. I've won out here 3 times now. I've won in my backyard, which I've said is the most special thing I've done in my career, and I would agree. But maybe this one might be the best of them all.
This is NCN Sports.
We've seen a tug of war in North Carolina. The new governor on one side, the General Assembly on the other side. Judges playing referee in case after case. To keep up with the latest news on the power struggle in Raleigh, look to Carolina Journal. Available each month as a free newspaper and every day with updated stories at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal is your go-to source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Looking for an exciting new career position? Curtis Media Group has just opened 6 different marketing and promotion positions. Curtis Media Group operates 50 radio stations across North Carolina as well as the North Carolina News Network. You can get the details on these positions on ncjobsnow.com, North Carolina's new statewide job service website. Whether you're looking for a job or an employer looking to find applicants, the name to remember is ncjobsnow.com. Go online today to ncjobsnow.com.
Play has begun on the outside courts at Wimbledon. Top-ranked Angelique Kerber, a finalist at the All-England Club last year, was first on the number 2 court against 2015 finalist Gabarine Muguruza. I love her name. Another former finalist, Agnieszka Radwanska, is on the number 3 court against Svetlana Kuznetsova. Play on the 2 main stadium courts will begin about 1:30 local time. 5-time Wimbledon champ Venus Williams will open play on center court against 19-year-old Anna Konja. Andy Murray will be second on the main stadium, followed by Roger Federer. On court number 1, Joanna Konta will be up first, followed by Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic right after Nadal. This is arguably the busiest day at the All-England Club. At the end of it, we'll have all 8 quarterfinalists in the men's and women's brackets. Josh, Zach, and...
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt, at Insurance Service Associates about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular. Flea and tick prevention. Carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and I'm not going to be here in 5 years. I know that.
But will Kane keep doing it with Hendricks?
I hope I could race till I'm 43, 45 years old.
A lawsuit over hidden cameras. Plus, was it really Dale Jr.? And
for me, the team has the option.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
Nobody really needs or wants home security until it's too late.
You've heard the statistics about how many burglaries there are per day. You see the news. You know there are people out there that do bad things. The best way to help protect your home and your property is with an ADT monitored system from Protect Your Home, an ADT authorized premier provider. Call right now to get a free wireless home security system valued at $850. An ADT monitored system can help protect your home from fires, theft, floods, and call for emergency help. Call now to find out more about our $850 free wireless home security system and start enjoying the peace of mind of security today. 800-698-7191. 800-698-7191. This offer is for new customers only. Termination fees apply. $99 customer installation charge and 36-month monitoring agreement required. Call for details. License terms and conditions available at secureathome.com.
Lately, there's been a lot of talk about Casey Kane's future.
I would hope that I could still be in the sport in 5 years. I would hope I could race till I'm 43, 45 years old, somewhere in there, and be competitive.
But not having won since August 2014, a span of 100 races, even Kane admits his situation at Hendrick Motorsports is very much up in the air.
5 years is going to go by really quick. The last 5 years flew by, so I can't imagine the next. It seems like every year goes by quicker than the last, and so yeah, I still feel really good. I still want to do it really bad, but it's a performance sport. If I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and I'm not going to be here in 5 years. I know that.
In the opening 17 Monster Energy Cup Series races this season, Kane has only 2 top 5 and 3 top 10 finishes. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch is waiting for Stewart-Haas Racing to make it official. He'll be back in 2018.
For me, the team has the option on my contract, and they just have to notify me by a specific date if they're going to pick that option up. And I feel very confident in how things will come together.
A side note, as part of a lawsuit settlement with Stewart-Haas Racing, Nature's Bakery will sponsor Danica Patrick's car at Kentucky this weekend. Uncovered by WSOC TV in Charlotte, the ex-wife and mother-in-law of Greg Biffle have filed a lawsuit against the former NASCAR driver, alleging there were hidden cameras in Biffle's home, including in the master bedroom, bathroom, and a guest bedroom where the mother-in-law stayed, and that Biffle not only recorded the two on a digital recorder, but showed that video to other people. Biffle and his wife were divorced in 2015.
If you're on the road in an RV, car, or truck and you're pulling a heavy load like a camper, trailer, or boat, get the one product to help give you the performance you need: Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Since 1936, Z-Max has been known for dispersing harmful carbon buildup in engines and fuel systems. Z-Max soaks into metal, helping improve performance and mileage, extend engine life, and reduce emissions. For use in new or used vehicles, get Z-Max today at zmax.com or visit your local auto parts store. Also available for firearms.
During the 4th of July fireworks on Lake Norman, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was periscoping when somebody walked up and thought they were talking to, apparently, an imposter.
You look like Dale Jr. Yeah, it's me. That's it. Nice. Happy 4th. Happy 4th. Is it really you? Nah, I don't believe it. I believe it.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you by Z-Max. Performance you can feel.
For professional brake and tire service, call on Broadway Tire Service. For brakes, shocks, struts, batteries, alignments, North Carolina inspections, new or used tires, Broadway Tire carries brand name tires that give longer tire life, superior handling, and provide excellent driving performance. They also offer complete exhaust service with lifetime warranty, and of course, Broadway Tire satisfaction is always guaranteed. Bring your vehicle to the tire experts. Jacob Bradley and his trained staff are ready to assist you. Broadway Tire Service, West Main Street in 4A City, or call 245-4505.
We'll start the week with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today and run a little bit hotter than yesterday. We do have a slight chance of a midday or afternoon thunder shower, mostly for the southern half or so of the state. Highs will reach about 86 to 91. And tonight, mostly clear and muggy with light winds and lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Looks like Tuesday will bring more sun than clouds overall. It will be hot and humid with a south to southwest breeze. Highs tomorrow up around 88 to 93. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Sunny skies here in the foothills. It's 70 right now, warming up to about 88. We started out at 66 and climbing pretty fast. Only a 20% chance of precip today. Let's looking toward the Friday and Saturday. Partly cloudy with only a 40% chance of thunderstorms on Friday afternoon. Highs around 90 with a heat index around 95 on Friday. Then on Saturday, highs around 88 in light wind. Chance of precip's only about 40%. Right now we can enjoy the day. It's going to be warm, though, 88 degrees and only a 20% chance of precipitation. We're being kind to June Elliott today of Green Hills. She worked at Tanner for 20 years, has a birthday today, so we're being kind to her all day. And birthday cake winner was James Davis over in Forest City. James Davis. Well, I mentioned a while ago what has happened to common sense. It's just completely died out. Here's another story of somebody who has very little common sense. A mother accused of leaving her 5-year-old son inside a hot car while she shopped complained to police that it was hot inside the police cruiser. South Dayton police told WESH in Orlando that the temperature inside the car was 107 degrees. And that child was in there, 5-year-old son. A bystander said she saw the boy and heard his cries from one window his mother left cracked open. He was hanging onto the steering wheel and just screaming. She said, "It broke my heart." Police and firefighters rescued the boy and then waited for the mother. Colleen Walker, 30, told officers she spent 12 minutes shopping at the Dollar General, but security video showed her inside the store for 28 minutes. Well, she might have shopped for 12 minutes, but she was standing in line to check out probably the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Officers put Walker in one of their cars and took her to jail. When police arrested her, she told officers to put on the air conditioning because it was too hot. She just left her kid in a car that was registered 107 degrees. She got in the police car and complaining about it being too hot in the car to turn the air conditioner on. She was complaining that the back seat of the patrol car was too hot on her way to the jail and asked the officers to turn the AC up. She was charged with child neglect and put in the slammer on a $5,000 bond. Both children were put in their father's custody. Common sense, where are you? Common sense. Well, let's. I've been. Some of you senior citizens really know how to have a good time. I don't know. I like to see that. I like to see you have a good time. But an older woman was at a Dodgers stadium game. And fans were cheering her dancing. They had, they play a lot of music and do a lot of things. You put that camera on you and it shows up on the Autotron. Well, they were cheering her dancing moves and perhaps emboldened her by the cheers. So the smiling woman quickly lifted her blue skirt, revealing a white bra underneath in the 7th inning of Saturday night of the Dodgers' 5-4 win over Kansas City. Yes, she flashed them. The camera quickly cut away, but it wasn't in time. There was a collective gasp from the crowd of 45,225, and many of whom began laughing. The crew working the stadium video room where the camera shots are handled broke out in laughter. The white-haired woman wearing a Dodgers visor had been shown on the video board earlier in the game, but she got carried away with the dancing while the camera was on her. So she just pulled up her clothes and showed her bra. I don't know how old she was, but she's a senior citizen. Having the time of her life, I guess. So you senior citizens, you got to step up. Not really. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, there's 60% of the registered voters that support President Trump's temporary travel ban, applying to 6 terror-prone nations, which was recently upheld in part by the U.S. Supreme Court, according to a new poll. 6 in 10 American voters support the travel ban. Respondents were asked, as you may know, the U.S. Department of State recently outlined new guidelines which say visa applicants from 6 predominantly Muslim countries must prove a close family relationship with a U.S. resident in order to enter the country. Knowing this, do you support or oppose these new guidelines? Only 28% of all who were surveyed said they opposed Trump's restrictions on travel. 11% did not know or had no opinion on the matter. The president's travel ban temporarily prevents citizens of Iran, Libya, I believe Somalia, Sudan, and Syria and Yemen. I believe those were the ones. The ban temporarily prevents citizens of those countries, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen, from entering the United States. Under the Supreme Court decision, Those who have a credible claim of a bona fide relationship with a person or entity in the United States may be exempt. The delayed executive order went into effect June 29th, but they have to prove that they have that relationship. The policy allows travelers from 6 countries to enter if they have a parent-in-law, a spouse, child, an adult son or daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, sibling, or half-sibling, including step relationships in the country, according to Politico. That's how you can get in. Republicans specifically are overwhelmingly in favor of the temporary travel ban. The poll found that 84% of Republicans support it, while only 9% are opposed. The survey also found that independents generally support Trump's restriction on travel. 50% of independents are supportive, while 30% oppose it. Democrats were less enthusiastic, with 41% in support and 46% in opposition. So there you go. Both 6 in 10 Americans support the travel ban. Well, it's about time we got a hold of some of those things, right? It's about time. I mentioned a while ago the outside before the sports. Some of the people have already been starting filing for the mayor's roles and the council roles in the municipalities. Well, candidates filing ends Friday, July 21st. So that's next Friday, not this week, but next week. You got a couple of weeks yet. The candidate filing ends Friday, July 21st at noon. Tuesday, July 18th at 5 p.m. is the deadline to withdraw notice of candidacy. The voter registration deadline for the municipal elections is Friday, October 13th at 5 p.m. Voters must be registered 25 days before an election to vote on Election Day. The regular voting registration deadline for September's election is August 18th. For October elections, the deadline is September 15th. For November elections, the registration deadline is October 13th. Voters may also register and vote during the early voting periods using the same-day registration. Now, if that is confusing, and I can see how it would be, just contact the Board of Elections and ask them about it, but just keep in mind the deadlines on if you want to file to run for office. The candidate filing ends Friday, July 21st, and that's for the municipal elections. All the countywide elections will be next year. Several people will be running for re-election next year, but these are the municipal elections. Well, let's see what else we got going on here. We're compiling a lot of things for our Foothills Journal that's going to be going out here pretty soon, 2 or 3 weeks. We're putting a lot of things in, a lot of those funny things you like to read, as well as historical events. Let's see what else. So I don't want to give away too much of that, but I'll share with some of you from time to time what some of the things you'll be reading. And so 20,000 of those are mailed out. 20,000 homes are mailed out. So that'll be going direct out all over the county. Demographics of various locations in the county, and of those 20,000 direct home hits, on an average of 2-point-something people living in those homes. So that means about 40,000 or more, 40,000 plus people will be reading that Foothills Journal. So we want to make sure that it's entertaining, it's fun-filled, helpful for our advertisers who put ads in there, because people look at those, and we just want to make sure that it's a fun piece and they don't throw it away. They hold on. The shelf life on it is amazing. All right. With that said, just keep watching and keep mindful of the fact that it'll be coming out here pretty soon. And if you're a business person and would like to be in it, just contact Tracy or me, and we'll be glad to talk with you about getting your location in there. Well, the Oregon, you know about Oregon, the state of Oregon, how liberal they are. Well, the Governor Kate Brown, said Thursday that she plans to sign a sweeping unprecedented bill requiring insurers to provide free abortions for their customers, including illegal immigrants. The Oregon governor to sign a bill providing free abortions to everybody that wants it, including illegals. The Democratic chief executive said the ability to control our bodies and make informed decisions about health are critical to providing all Oregonians the opportunity to achieve our full potential and live productive, thriving lives. Attempts to deny access to contraceptives and family planning are an attack on all Oregonians, particularly women of color, low income, and young women. So there you go. That's the kind of leadership they have in Oregon with the Democrat governor. The $10.2 million bill, which cleared the House, State House, and Senate with no Republican votes, also becomes as a badly needed boost for Planned Parenthood's Oregon affiliate, which helped write the measure and push for its passage as it struggles to keep its doors open. That's one of the reasons why more and more Democrats are getting beaten in major elections across the country, because people are tired of that kind of liberal philosophy. They're tired of it, and they're voting people like that out. And if the conservatives would step up to the plate, file for these offices, and run with a positive, conservative, Judeo-Christian value platform, they're going to win. It's been proven across the nation even now. But this Oregon governor doesn't understand that. Democrats said the bill would ensure equal access to abortion. But several Republicans said they didn't understand why the legislation was necessary, given that Oregon already has the least restrictive abortion laws in the nation. Well, she's trying to make a point. She wants to win that pro-abortion vote, Planned Parenthood vote, and get that money from them. She wants to get that. That's her reason for doing it. They already have a very liberal abortion law there, but she's trying to make it even more warming for that liberal crowd. Republican State Representative Mike Newman said during the House floor debate, "We don't need to do this. This is Oregon. There are no legal restrictions on anyone's right to get an abortion. You can get an abortion anytime for any reason, even sex selection." It's already pretty over the wall right now with what's happening out in Oregon. Now the governor is wanting in the legislature, which is run by the Democrats out there. They want to make it even tougher. I mean, make it even easier. They want to make it as overwhelming as possible. I'll be back here in just a moment.
I know what I want from my energy company. I want to know that my power is always on and that my energy is cleaner, safer, and affordable. That's why, as a Duke Energy lineman, I'm working hard to make that possible. I feel honored to serve our community. It's a good feeling knowing that I'm helping to build a smarter, reliable energy future for all of us, for my family and for yours.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Rutherford Orthopedics is dedicated to quality orthopedic care for the people of Rutherford and surrounding counties. Our certified orthopedic surgeons and fellowship-trained podiatric surgeon provide care for joint replacements, fractures, sports rehabilitation, surgical management of arthritis, and general orthopedic problems. For more information on Rutherford Orthopedics, call 828-287-9260 or visit www.myrutherfordregional.com/orthopedics.
Why are you fidgeting so much? What's that spinning noise?
Fidget spinners.
Where'd you get those at?
Smith's Drugs gift shop.
What else do they got there?
Toys, games, costumes, puzzles.
Puzzles too. Hey, listen, if you all want to looking for a gift and you want to come down to Smith Drugs, visit our gift shop, and while you're there, get something to eat. Maybe pick up one of these fidget spinner things.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
All right, then the Monday morning wake-up call is just about over. We'll do this again tomorrow morning, but hang around. I got a couple more things to say. You've been following all this fake news thing with Donald Trump and all the liberal media. Well, and you know, CNN is a leader in liberalism, them at MSNBC. CNN's ratings now have plummeted. They can't even beat Nick at Night. Right, Nick at Night has bigger ratings as CNN does. They have fallen to number 12 in cable TV rankings. The rating slide comes as the network has come under heavy scrutiny for a variety of journalistic missteps, including the retraction of an article alleging that a Trump associate had illicit Russian business ties. They've had to back out on many things they reported, and innuendos they presented that absolutely right. And when President Trump says they're reporting fake news, he's absolutely right. They're making it up as they go, and folks are beginning to realize that. Fox News and MSNBC are listed as first and second, respectively, in the cable rankings. MSNBC is further left than CNN, but apparently they're not making it up as they go. CNN is making it up as they go. In the ratings, Fox News and MSNBC are listed first and second, respectively, in the cable rankings, which measured average audience sizes for the period between June 26 and July 2nd. Fox News drew an audience of around 1.82 million, while MSNBC draws an audience of 1.34 million. CNN had only 711,000 viewers on an average day during the measurement period. Here's some of the things that beat CNN News. Of course, Fox News Channel is number one. MSNBC, Home and Garden Television, USA Network, TBS Network, History Channel, ESPN, Discovery Channel, Fox Channel, TLC, Nick at Night, Investigation Discovery, and then CNN. Yeah, CNN's scraping the bottom of the barrel, and yet Anderson Cooper comes on, pretends to be telling the truth, and anyway. Well, Donald Trump spent $5 million less than President Obama did on White House salaries. An analysis of White House salary data reveals that President Donald Trump's administration is spending $5 million less of taxpayer money on his staff than his predecessor. Trump employs 377 people in the White House with a total of $35.8 million, while former President Barack Obama paid $40.9 million for 476 employees, according to the data analyzed by Open the Books. Another key difference between the Obama and Trump White House is the First Lady's staff. Michelle Obama retained 24 staffers in the first year of the Obama White House. Melania Trump currently employs 4. A chief of staff, who is also listed as an advisor to the president, a deputy chief of staff, a communications director, and a scheduler. Michelle had 24 staffers. Melania has 4. Projected 4-year savings on the White House payroll could top $22 million, according to Adam Andrzejewski, whatever his name is. He's the CEO of Open the Books, writes for Forbes magazine. Those projected savings include Trump's promise to accept $1 in salary and give the remainder back to the U.S. Treasury. Trump's daughter Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner, both advisors to the president, are not accepting any salaries. Most top White House staff, including Steve Bannon, Kellyanne Conway, Omarosa Manigault, Reese Priebus, Sean Spicer, and 17 others, make $179,000 annually. Obama had the same number of top advisors at this stage of his presidency in 2009, but he also appointed many czars to oversee special initiatives, with a particular focus on recovery efforts. While $22 million in savings is a tiny amount compared to the nearly $20 trillion national debt of the $3.9 trillion federal budget, it could be a leading indicator of Trump's commitment to cut waste, fraud, and taxpayer abuse. So that's a big difference in the money that's going out. And I've often said there's a whole lot of waste up in Washington. I'm glad somebody is finally doing something about it. Have a wonderful Monday, folks. Enjoy the day. We'll get back together bright and early tomorrow morning, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So long.
Questions are swirling around a meeting between President Donald Trump's eldest son, his son-in-law, his campaign manager, and a Russian lawyer with ties to the Kremlin. CBS News national security expert Michael Morrell says the meeting itself does not prove collusion, but will give plenty of fodder to the special counsel investigating Russian meddling into the presidential election.
The fact that they were willing to do the meeting suggests to me a willingness to collude, and that's what Bob Mueller is going to have to dig into.
How to solve a problem as complex as immigration reform. Someone who is keeping a close eye on the issue is North Carolina Farm Bureau President Larry Wooten.
We've got to have a guest worker program for not only for agriculture, but for many of our high-tech industries, our service industries, hospitality, restaurant industries, tourism.
Raging wildfires are forcing thousands of Californians to flee their homes. More on the challenge firefighters face from correspondent Maria Villarreal.
More than 5,000 firefighters across the state are battling fires. They are sharing resources.